I like this. I like being in the middle of this duo. This is cute.
I mean, look, Key, if you want, it's totally cool. But also, you're your own woman too. I feel like you can like totally own yourself, and like maybe Key doesn't need a man. Maybe Key's like, you know what? All y'all are coming at me.
I think we all know Key doesn't need a man, but like.
So, Madison, in real life, are you Team Pope or are you Team JJ? This is your time to decide now. This is a very, very important decision.
¿Por qué no los dos?
What do the fans want?
Listen. I'll keep it real. I'm Team JJ because it's unexpected. It's unexpected. We did not plan it at all. And I think it would be so interesting to see something that was completely created 100% by the fans and also the editors. But like to see that come into fruition, because like they didn't plan that.
We didn't shoot with a love triangle in mind. Like it wasn't written into the script. It just kind of like got a life through social media and the internet.
So what do you think about the show and the Pogues connected with the audience?
I think there's something about the Pogues that empowers young people, where it's like, I'm gonna live my life how I want to live it. And I think what that enforces is that young people have a voice. They like want to be heard.
You don't get a lot of accurate depictions of what teenage life is like in television. You get a lot of your high school, like where the drama is like kind of overdone. They're trying too hard to like be young and hip without actually achieving it. Like they try too hard to like, oh, I think a teenager does this because they're on their phones all the time. And it's almost like you're making fun of teenage culture instead of embracing it. Like they all don't have to 100% every time be the cool leading, I'm in my feelings, like, oh. Yeah,
we're not done up. We're not like on our A game all the time. We're just like,
exactly.
We're chilling.
What's the weirdest request from your fans? Because I've been requested to be adopted about 3 or 4 times. I'm just wondering, are you guys getting adoption requests as well?
I had people ask for me to adopt them, not for them to adopt me. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to be a mother.
The weirdest requests I get are people asking me to set them up with you and Maddie Klein. I'm like...
Do you think that's going to work?
I appreciate the boldness.
We love you guys. Like we
do.
There's no show without you guys. So keep the request coming. I mean,
dude, I love the fans. Just reading how much love we're getting from everybody is really hyping me up for season 2. I'm actually like really excited.
What are some like good like memories you have of us like just kind of like being friends, like not even related to set, just like kind of like off of it?
Oh, no. Why do you have to hit me with that one?
You know it's real. It's real.
I know it's real. Like
the whole camera.
You got water coming out of my face right now.
Here, I'll give you a second. Okay, I'll answer.
He's leaking.
I think the bond. Oh my God! Wow. What? Okay. I think it's just like we start every morning in hair and makeup. You walk in. I go around and kiss all the boys on their heads. I'm like, good morning. We beat up the scenes in our trailer together. We laugh, we eat breakfast, we hang out, and then we go to set. And in between every take, we're like constantly messing around. And then like we rap, and then you think, oh, we're gonna go home because we're all sick and tired of each other. And it's like, so we're all going to Rudy's place, right? We're gonna go play Mario Kart.
We're all gonna play Mario Kart.
Yeah, like, are you guys hungry? We should definitely get food. Like, we like constantly are like trying to hang out with each other a little longer.
JJ, we know, or should I say Rudy
You should address me by my real name.
Your relationship with your father on screen is very, let's say, turbulent.
Yeah, a little bumpy.
Getting into that emotional headspace as an actor is very, difficult, So how did you go about like just kind of getting into that space, but bringing out those emotional moments and making them feel real and not, hokey or forced?
Part of the process is really, really, really accepting the fact that there is somebody out in the world today who is being abused, who is being taken advantage of, who has felt completely abandoned by everybody. Yeah. And you need to portray that as real as it can be when somebody else is feeling it, because the truth of the matter is you're not yourself anymore. You know, you gotta be connected to their character that is really struggling and going through that. So that is the best way I could answer that question. Hey, JD, I just want to say something. You gave up everything when you were Pope. You gave up so much. Like, you gave up your trust with your family. You gave up your trust with like kind of the Pokes for a second there. And then you gave up on your dream. When you were going through that process to say like, all right, I gotta come through with my friends, was the feeling for your friends, or was the feeling like the responsibility as a person to do this for like these people?
I think speaking for Pope, you know, as like, you know, the character and kind of the backstory I gave it, you know, he has more of a conscience than people like, than he would like to think he has, and that people would believe he has, you know. He does care for his friends, you know. I see a lot of people like, oh, he's the softest Pogue. You know, it's because, you know, he does have that emotional connection to everybody there. The fact that he didn't hesitate when he figured it out speaks volumes of how he feels about his friends and the people he loves. He's willing to make the sacrifices, the ones that have to be made, and he's willing to be the end of it. He's willing to take that short end into the stick for his friends, you know. A lot of the time he's the butt of the joke, but he's also kind of, in a way, sort of like one of the most caring. It's like in his own way.
And I see so much responsibility in Pope and the kind of, I want to say, maturity. He's definitely the most mature out of the Popes, I would say. And I see that in
Still suck a boat.
I see that as you as JD, for sure. Is that
I agree. It's crazy how you're the youngest person in the cast, but your maturity stands out so much. Like,
and I want to give you
in everything.
So I want to give you a hypothetical, okay? Because I would do the same for you in this situation, because you're my brother and I love you and you're basically family.
We are family.
Absolutely.
I would definitely let you know when Sony was casting Miles Morales, but just like I just heard a whisper of it, like I'm in an audition. If you were into that audition and all of a sudden you heard that, I don't know, Sony out of the weird blue was casting Spider-Man for the 4th time.
Again?
Just randomly. Would you run to me?
I would say my best friend, Rudy Pankow.
If you're in the middle of your audition, you drop what you're doing in the audition and be like, I need to know who you are.
Yeah, I'd finish and I'd be like, guys, I gotta say. If you're looking for Spider-Man again, Rudy Pankow was the best Spider-Man I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
And he would sacrifice his body for the role.
The real question is, if for whatever reason either of you guys found yourself talking to somebody at Disney and they were casting for live action Moana, if there was anybody just like on the top of your mind, I don't know, anybody that you could think
Top of the list. I need that audition for live action Prince Naveen.
Okay, so fine.
Y'all freaking know that I'd be Prince Charming in Shrek. Like it wouldn't be
I thought you were the fairy godmother.
Yeah.
No, you should be Kristoff in Frozen.
I've been compared to him actually.
Rudy should play Puss in Boots.
If there's a season 2, how are you guys going to prepare, and do you feel like there's going to be more pressure on us?
The challenge, I wouldn't be pressure of doing anything different. It's the pressure of like trusting the writing, trusting your intuition with your character, because I think all of our characters are going to be going through very, very new things.
Yeah. And
that's what carries us, and dealing with that pressure, it's completely new. If you're doing something similar as season 1 and it's going to be the same thing as season 1, the pressure is 10 times harder, because it's like, then you have to nail it even better.
Once we get back in it, we're going to be there. Like we have our characters down. I don't think there's going to be an adjustment period. I think we're just going to be, okay, and we're back. You know what I mean?